Nice. Good job. Nice.
Done.
The hit then.
Oh, hey, up.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, they're mad.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
We can take it.
Wow. It's all right. This hopefully will be the last. All right, come on now. It should be this last round.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Oh,
Oh my. Psyche is holding on by a thread. We'll see if she survives. Oh, nice. Okay. Let me see if I can clear these out. Take that.
I hope that's how it works.
Do you need me to kill the scurrier?
We need the.
I think one of the night.
Let's see. The scorer would open up some more spaces so we could all get out there. Yeah.
Oh wait, someone's about to do an AOE.
Well, I can throw a bunch of poison on all this stuff. The only problem is it'll
It's
get
gonna
rid of
kill-
one of your untouchables.
And it'll also kill Psyche though. Right?
what if I
No.
what if I kill something and provide? What if I kill something and provide Psyche a chance to like get away from there? Then
No, the untouchable will prevent
Will hit
you
the
from
poison.
taking poison damage.
Oh,
but
then
you
I think
won't
it's
be
okay.
untouchable anymore. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
See?
So everyone there will die, but I think we're just trying to
Yes.
we're trying to make room for everyone though, right?
Yeah, essentially.
So here, why don't I do this? And now that should give people space to get out, right? And I can jump, I can whirl as a free action.
I can get
I also don't
there
want
is
you
fewer
to-
Here,
enemies.
I'll
to
whirl.
this- Yeah.
And so
If you can attack this thrust, I could start focusing on the Drathics. The one that's this one here directly to the south of me.
the one underneath you?
Yeah, if you attack that one, then I could like focus down the Drathics, hopefully.
Ooh.
Is everyone out?
I'm still in
no.
there.
Okay.
Oh.
Actually, Marantha, can you create a tree and try to pull me towards it?
No, I can only do that one time.
Oh, really?
Okay, so we have to survive another round then. Okay.
Well, all these nightmares and thrusts are about to die.
We just need to get rid of the kin instead is just
Nice,
yeah.
and pinning is good for that.
Yeah, and the kin instead just laying eggs.
Why
Oh,
focus on us?
gee.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
That's right, it shreds armor. Or it shreds
Okay.
scenery.
Or focus more on movement.
Woo! This is a good fight. All right, get out of there.
Already
if you
know.
need us to clear the path, let us know. But
I think I can.
get out. Yeah.
Yes! As her thistle drop in severed heaps, Ecthys sinks. Radiance all but drowned. She recedes once more into the murk of the Mothman's spell, drifting. An eerie tranquility floods the hall. The flux of colors is slow and forceful, a lake tide. Both of these immortal beings are like ruins themselves, motionless in prismatic depths.
They both lied to us. She's not invincible, and he's no coward.
Time to go, Psycho.
Yeah.
They emerge from the tower, heaving the door shut on the roiling, bitter miracle inside. Monantha sets the bar in its brackets. The stones mumble. A faint gloss rolls along their surfaces, and the Tower of Locks seems to firm.
Monantha? Doesn't seem like it's over, love.
The Thrixel crowd quiet, clickering and collecting their legs, wings, keeping position in the sky and on the earth. More of them hoard on the edge of the mist in a ghostly rank.
Mom's watching her kids today, Morny. She's proud of us, and so's Dad. And if I die so you can make it, well, that's a big sister,
Right?
right?
Big sister's
And
right.
her honor?
Yeah.
Is that me? Am I supposed to be reading that, or?
I think they made an assumption that you were a female character, but I guess they didn't change that. I think that's just a
Oh.
coding. I think that's just a coding
I
bug.
was gonna say Big Brother.
Big
A big
brother.
brother. Well, that's a big brother, right? And his honor.
Go on, Thrixel Jim. This argument's done.
Thrixel Jim.
Knowingness dawns. Tilts one weird head, then the next. It's the Thrixel equivalent of a sigh. Not audible, but visible in the way their forms relax and expand. The rigidity of purpose fades. And as one, they turn from the tower's face. Back towards their own place, perhaps they go. Huh.
Ooh.
Well,
Yay! We did it! Yay!
I was so worried we'd have to fight like another army or something.
Yeah, that was fun. Mm.
Alright.
we can take it. Let's
They
say
linger around the tower days and nights, proving to themselves that nothing's coming out. Each finds a moment or two to offer whatever private words make sense to them. The fourth such day, they decide suddenly, and as a group, to go. The sun's already low when they embark. It'll be 20 years before anyone returns to the Tower of Locks. Kier will guide a team of volunteers into those mountains, finding the door still barred and intact. He'll lead the monumental task of burying the place. And that's, more or less, how things finish. We can't recall every turn of every path or page. Step by step, trails meet and split, all traced in moonlight and the songs that follow. Still, as many wonders as we see on the road, home is often what we long for by road's end. While home was never a perfect place, we never were perfect people. No, it's just going out of the mud.
Oh.
We forgot ourselves in smiles and relished every compliment we collected. We got our feet stuck in snares and laughed about the damage. We felt it nonetheless. Some of us were only unlucky enough to fall into a story. Some chose our paths, not knowing where they'd take us, how deep we'd go into wildernesses beyond all we'd believed. And some carried on in the ashes of love. We claimed what we could from the wreck of childhood, left all but the ghosts behind. Yes, and some survive only in yarns. The tales of how this moon rose are as plentiful as the nights we gather. But we'll gather and tell them all. Because through tale and time, memories of the old become dreams of the young. Memories and dreams, those lightless gleams that our eyes seek unfinding. They take us from tables and summon us home, warmly felt and ever fading.
Oh, they're still there. Oh, it's the after credit scene.
What are you doing? How extraordinary. He's dying.
Sometime later. Oh, the story of him.
Your life's been exhaustingly comfortable. And none of my
And none of my
comforts will-
comforts, well, oh,
Oh,
Sorry,
I think that is the Mothman.
No, it's you.
and none of my comforts well earned. You might understand, then, why even a gallant man's conscience weighs heavy.
All I understand is you lack proper appreciation.
For saving my life? I cannot be sure I should thank you for it.
Oh, she saved him.
No, not that. Anyway, I'll likely kill you myself when I'm sick of you. No. You show no appreciation for the gifts we've been given.
Given? I believe the cost of these gifts is what I eventually soured on.
We lost our ties to everyone. Lost our families, even our own flesh. The Thrixel, poor aimless dreamers, tangled or wrangled us into their world, and it struck first as misfortune, and yet, for our sacrifice, we've been able to live equal to any wonder, any goddess or god, king or queen. And for such imaginative beings, it was startling for me to discover the Thrixel had no concept what a nightmare truly was, until I showed them. Do you understand?
Call me a moth in your web, dear Ecthis. I am compelled. What are you saying?
I speak of our natures, human and Thrixel, and the dominance of one over the other. Thrixel exists without desire. Their world where the mind whims are made manifest is balanced precisely because they don't wish. A human heart, however, like mine, we are composed entirely of wishing, of wanting, and terrafract, it makes us all commanding.
I suppose I knew as much already.
I know you did. That's what's frustrated me. You'd seen and know all that I got to know, and yet you refused to make anything of it. I didn't wish, necessarily, to rule the world. But I didn't feel like the world deserved any better. Let someone stop me if they could.
And they did.
Yes, they did. You did. So why do I find you so disappointingly joyless? So without the smug triumph I would have expected?
Well, the thing I did not anticipate was that I would survive. Caught flightless and forced to see you flightless. I confess it has me feeling rather doleful.
The fact we're trapped in a dusty old tower for eternity?
Yeah, that.
Is it the moon you missed?
Maybe. Partly.
I can give you the moon.
It does
Oh.
look.
Oh,
who are-
it's almost
oh,
like a
it's them
reincarnation
from
or
the-
something, yeah.
That's them from the previous
Yeah.
the previous forms. Yeah.
It does look and feel so authentic.
You expected less from me?
I suppose you are the Queen of Light.
And I'll remind you who you are, Moth Prince. Two of us can still make anything we'd wish for.
The end.
The end.
So
Oh.
I guess like a kind of a peaceful existence for eternity, the two of them. Alright.
That was my favorite story so far.
That was really cool.
I wonder
Yeah,
what would
and
happen if you picked the other one.
That's cute.
Yeah, the one where I didn't say like show her or something.
Yeah, I feel like it would not
It
have.
was like, hey, one last dance, right?
Yeah, I feel like it would have been the ending where they both just died. I think
That could be it, yeah.
instead of, I guess coming back and basically alive, still living eternally in the tower, but at least. Oh, here we go.
Major Ping.
Oh.
Major became a fixture in Ram Hills. They could be found.
Let's go back. There we go.
They could be found in the square most days, swapping outrageous stories and giving advice, whether it was asked for or not.
Sounds about right. There were days Galbeld and Elsie felt far apart during small errands, or when they got into dwelling in distances remembered. But they never stopped returning to each other, down roads and across fields of memory.
They had a rocky relationship.
Someone in town was selling pearls.
Yeah.
Marnantha took up the mantle and convinced a few others to form a band.
Hey.
We could call ourselves Critical Miss, you know, since it's not being used anymore.
Now.
Struff built a lodge that attracted like-minded hunting enthusiasts. Days were spent tracking in the woods, and nights were spent exaggerating what they had tracked in the woods.
Saika and Mornantha could never fully abandon their adventuring life. While the danger had dimmed, there were memories yet to be made.
Is it alright if I pop some corn? Will you sing me something?
A cave song. Anyone you'd like?
Secret tunnel.
Amen.
Inspired by what he had seen of the Morthagai, Benjamin set up a tinkering workshop and built impressive clockwork sculptures.
Ow.
How?
No souls were harmed in their making, and the sculptures never tried to kill anyone.
With the precision of dexterous
right.
hands.
Adina gathered as many of the company's stories as she could and enlisted Marantha to illustrate them. You told me you painted, but you didn't tell me you were this good.
Ah,
Oh, the turtle.
the turtle!
Yeah.
Hey.
Yay. Cherith ended this adventure so young.
Oh my god, wow.
Yeah.
Cherith's dream of her own personal research tower had finally been fulfilled. She kept it well stocked, with flammable powders and a couple of summoning circles.
Elsie and Galbeld opened a tavern together in Heart Hill. Elsie did some not so subtle matchmaking for any lonely guests, and Galbeld kept the books immaculately.
Does that sound like they opened a brothel too?
Perhaps.
That's that.
Until, I guess Odell still has...
Until the next tale.
I like I love how he hung up his shield up on the mantle there.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
cool touch. Oh, Kier.
Kier awoke with a lightness in his step. I understand now. It all makes sense. He vanished for 10 years and returned unaged and full of contentment.
Unaged, man.
Okay. Interesting.
Odell's in this one, so go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go for it, Odell.
Oh, Ty showed up one day as the new god of pickle brine.
I know you want to ask. Don't.
How did?
Just don't. No.
Pickle brine. I love that. Oh, and there's Odell.
Sorry. Odell developed a passion for restoring ruined sites. He felt the heft of history in the stones in a way that books couldn't quite match.
Tower.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. Good. So, skip over.
Hey, more of the Kieran Morney in Elsie and Ty, but mostly Kieran Morney in the Legacy.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Yeah,
We'll add
I'm
those in.
sorry. I think I accidentally ended the game.
No,
So I
it's
was
okay.
like, oh, the end. I interrupted your...
Ooh, we can promote 4 heroes.
Nice.
Yes.
and I think it's 4 for each of us.
Yeah, you all can decide which 4 you want to, so you don't have to.
You.
I'm gonna promote Odell because Odell's awesome.
Dina. Dina is
Definitely
now a
wanna be in a
fabled adventurer.
I'm gonna promote Adele like that tank mage.
Yeah, tank mage. Okay.
Oh.
Still picking my 4.
I like you.
Cool. There we go. Nice.
Hey.
Sweet.
All my birds
Oh.
safely home.
Acquire all 5 of the
Yes.
plot characters and have them survive.
Nice. Very cool.
We're pro gamers.
So Sam already talked about it a little bit, but what did y'all think about that campaign?
I thought the story was very interesting. I thought the characters like kept us actively involved in it, which I appreciated.
I kind of liked how, while I do appreciate the passage of time, it was kind of nice that the heroes that started the adventure in chapter 1 were still around in chapter 5
Yeah.
to kind of finish what they started. So that was a nice change of pace.
Yes, I do love the less long, drawn out, super
Mm-hmm.
super planned stories.
Mhm.
This was a nice slice of what Wildermyth has to offer, I think. I think that's a
Yeah.
good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like the ad. I feel like that's really brilliant. It was
And, like-
so nice. It felt like we got to get
Yeah.
comfortable with these characters.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And like the way that they like involve like Kier and like especially Mornantha in the Thrixel space of
Mhm.
like from like you said like having that continuous thread till the very end, because there have been campaigns, I feel like there's been at least 1 or 2 campaigns where we felt more like we were just kind of witnessing things happen outside of us, like, and we're just kind of adventuring on the side to just. But this one, I think, even more than the Morthagai one, I think this one had like direct involvement of us, like in the major
Mhm.
goings on.
And I know this wasn't. Go ahead, Kevin. You go.
Honestly, I have no idea why they needed twins. Because
Mhm.
I mean, like, you know, Mornantha for sure got like that whole like, you know, the Moth plot part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what Kier was supposed to do there, but it
Well-
felt like it was just kind of like it could have just been Mornantha.
I think what happened was Kier was probably supposed to have more stuff when he was quote unquote meant to be romantically involved with Saika. So I think that may have added more to his story if, you know, Kier and Saika were the ones that were the couple, and then Mornantha was the one who was more involved with the, I guess, overall plot.
I could see.
And
Yeah, I could see. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Lucky Jack.
I guess going off that, yeah, I could see where like a lot of those interactions where it was Mornantha talking to Saika or confiding in Saika. Maybe if Mornantha never got involved in a relationship herself, those conversations could have been between her and the twin originally.
Yeah, that was my one major critique that I've already stated earlier, was I would have preferred that they gave you the option to decide which twin Saika would eventually be romantically involved with, because it just, the way that it would happen mechanically, like I was trying to keep the options open, because it seemed fun to have a love triangle between the three of them for a little bit, but then I expected there was a choice at some point, but it seemed like it kind of railroads you to whichever twin happened to profess their love for Saika the most recently, which I don't think they should have done it that way. And so, had that choice been made, it would have been cool if there was a relationship with Saika, then whichever other twin could have been the Mornantha of the story, you know, and been able to still have a lot of screen time that way. So that's my one major change I would make. But the other thing I was going to also mention, it has nothing to do with the story, but I did love how by chapter 5 we basically had 2 squads.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're able to, you know, not only save time, but because a lot of those squad members were made up of legacy heroes too, we were already invested in them, in all 10 of the characters. So I think that helps a lot. With part of the game mechanics with Wildermyth.
I think it also helps that there were 2 parties that could each do their own thing. It wasn't like one party is our focused party and the other one was like, you can't really do anything other than build this party.
Yeah.
I think that's also goes to us for like separating into 2 different categories. But I think, again, it also helps that there are so many legacy characters. And I think if we go back and replay the first or second campaign, I think we'll have a much easier time doing it. I don't think there was ever a moment in the campaign where we lowered the difficulty here, right? Maybe
Not that I
once?
remember.
Not that I remember. No, there was definitely never like. Well, no. Remember, there was that one mission that I believe we had some trouble with, where originally, sorry to pull back the curtain a little bit. At first we tried splitting up, and it ended up being an incredibly like hellacious encounter with way too many enemies, and they split it up very unevenly, where there's only 2 heroes in one corner and 3 like weaker ranged ones on the other side, and then we just decided to just group up, and I think that one had a lot of like getting swarmed. I think. But again, that was early on, and like you said, like once we start being able to invite more directly from the legacy, and using those and being able to actually use those legacy points in the campaign itself, I think allowed us to get much stronger new recruits much more quickly. Yeah, rather than starting from ground zero each time.
What did you all think of the Thrixel as an enemy?
They're tough.
Yeah, they're not my favorite. Like,
you
okay.
Think about yourself in the position, like the battle stuff. You have to.
Design-wise, they're cool, but it's like they're the mage. Like, yeah, I mean they're the mage class of like being able to circumvent, like travel everywhere, also interfuse a lot. So visually, 4 out of 5. I like that. Really cool design. Actually having to contend with and battle around definitely could vary depending on which class you were playing.
Yeah, I think the Thrixel, when it comes to both story and gameplay, are my favorite class of beast to play against. They have this very unique style of play, or I should say counterplay. I really enjoy having to think about what's around me, because they can attune to something and then use that to alter the field, like a normal mage might. And I don't think any other class can do that besides maybe the Gorgons, but that's because they bleed everywhere.
True.
And that's what I like about the Thrixel as an enemy. They're just such a unique turn on the enemies.
Yeah, I agree that the Thrixel are, in my opinion, the prettiest of the enemy factions, and I don't know. I agree with Lucky Jack. I like their designs. Probably visually the best. of all of the enemy factions. And the Mothman was really cool. I thought the Mothman was cool, and Ekthys had a very beautiful design as well. It was really cool seeing her chat bubbles, speech bubbles even have different colors, like multicolors. That was really nice. So yeah, I feel like for me the Thrixel so far are my favorite group of enemies.